The project originally started in 2011. We had a very old building on the site, but we were looking to, it wasn't being used for what it should have been, so we were looking to move in Larkspur Rovers, who are on another site in the borough, but they don't have any outdoor facilities associated with them.
I'm Mark Pover, I'm the National Facilities and Investment Manager for the FA. As I mentioned earlier, the FA up until recently didn't really know an awful lot about asset transfer. Probably 2-3 years ago, as the government started to sort of mention the opportunities for communities to take on what are public-owned buildings, clearly we started to look at this, and a number of football clubs started to inquire about it.
My name is Stuart Allen. I'm the County Development Manager for the Middlesex County Football Association. What we've got here is a local authority that's very proactive in that area. They have a very small but dedicated team that look at potential funding opportunities, potential sites, linking it in with clubs, community clubs that they know are going to deliver on their behalf their sporting strategy.
Throughout the project, we've consulted with local schools, local clubs, local groups. We had local schools help us with a mosaic that's outside on the wall, so we've had that real involvement from the local community.
Larkspur Rovers has been running for a considerable number of years, delivering activity, voluntary activity for local children during that time. So therefore it makes sense from a local authority that doesn't have that resource to go out there and develop those sporting activities, to engage with a community club such as Larkspur Rovers to do it on their behalf.
We didn't have any guidance, we didn't know an awful lot about it ourselves, so what we did is we produced, in partnership with others, Sport England, Locality, etc., we produced a guidance document that we hope will support clubs across the country that are thinking about asset transfer. This particular project is good because Ealing Council sort of have embraced asset transfer and what we would call do it properly, because there are an awful number of councils that will transfer what we consider to be a liability.
For this particular project, it's not the first one. We are working with a club a bit further south in the county, which again is not as large as this, but the council have got a preferred bidder that they would like to engage with to develop a site of a couple of grass pitches, but also take over the ownership of the building. The building itself is in need of refurbishment, so we've been working with Locality and the club to apply for small grant funding, just to see and to make sure that club is fit for purpose.
We've got probably 9 sites now that we've taken out. We're in the process of being delivered, which has generated probably around about £10 million in external funding off the back of the authority putting in £1 million. So it's very good value for money as well.
This is a model that I believe every local authority should look to adopt, especially if they're looking at improving the quality of their facilities and meeting the needs of their sporting and recreational strategy.